I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in its opening weekend 3 separate times. It might be my favorite MCU movie ever. That's because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 made me feel. Spoilers. Fear. Fear of one of the scariest villains since General Zod. Unapologetically evil. Refreshingly unsympathetic. Just pure intensity and terror. It's like Star-Lord said, I don't need another person rationalizing their plan to take over the universe. I just need a bad guy who I want to see get taken down. It made me feel the fear of losing someone you care for. You know James Gunn isn't afraid to pull the trigger on killing someone off. He killed Captain Boomerang within the first act of The Suicide Squad. That, combined with the quotes from multiple members of this cast about how they're either done playing their characters or unsure that they'll ever come back, creates a constant tension throughout this movie that will lose one of, or even all, of the Guardians. That the ragtag group of outcasts that came together and saved the universe through dance could leave us, could say goodbye. Hurt. The first word Rocket ever said. The feeling of hurt from someone no longer loving you. Breakups are hard. Growing apart. Someone seeming unrecognizable from the person you once knew. Realizing that nothing, even the thing that is most important to you, lasts forever. Longing. Missing the people who have said goodbye. The ones who have passed. We long for the ones who have moved on, have different lives that no longer include us, or the ones who are in the process of leaving us, longing for the way life used to be. Guilt. Guilt for the pain we caused, whether intentional or not. Guilt for not being able to help. Help the ones we care for. Help the people who we didn't realize we should have been helping all along. A spark of inspiration, purpose, to persevere and endure, to create, to start this channel weeks earlier than I even planned to because I was so floored by a piece of art. Connection with the misunderstood, those who feel lost, the ones who feel alone, who feel like failures and screw-ups, the ones who want to matter, the ones who feel like mistakes, like they don't belong. Connection with the dreamers who look up at the sky and think about all the possibilities. Courage. The courage to face our past, even if it's something we've been avoiding. To take a leap of faith. The courage to let go. Let go of the pain held onto. Let go of the fear that's held us back. Let go of the people who feel like they need to move on. The courage to say goodbye. Happiness. Happiness for others, even when it's not what I want. Happiness for what I have, despite what I've lost. The joy of having a purpose and feeling understood. The joy of finding family and friends. It really is good to have friends. Human. This galaxy filled with the quote-unquote weirdest life imaginable. A talking raccoon. A tree who can only say his own name. A dog who has telekinesis, and anything else you can imagine delivered the most human experience in a superhero movie in years. Maybe since the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, in my opinion. Making everyone and every emotion feel important. This, to me, was James Gunn's breakup story. His breakup with the MCU. With these characters he helped make world famous and beloved. That's what makes this the most human MCU movie. Gosh, it doesn't matter what someone looks like, or how they communicate, how they get around, or how they identify as, or even if it's an alien or an animal. All that matters is that they feel fear, hurt, longing, guilt, feel a spark, connection, courage, happiness. To me, they'll feel human. As the movie came to an end to the sound of "The Dog Days Are Over," I found myself in tears. And right now, as I read this script, I find myself fighting back those same tears, thinking about Gamora and Peter Quill's last words to each other. "I bet we were fun. You wouldn't believe it." Yes, Mr. Gunn, you were fun. Thank you for what you did for the MCU. Thank you for what you did for superhero movies. Thank you for making this film. Thank you for finding the courage to say goodbye. Woo boy, in case you couldn't tell, I loved this movie. But I'd like to know what you thought about it. Let me know in the comments how you liked it. Also, feel free to let me know what you thought about this video essay. My goodness, I'm so excited about James Gunn being in charge of DC, and specifically him directing Superman Legacy. Superman is my favorite character, and I'm just so happy we finally get to see him in another movie, starring in his own movie, I should say. And as for the MCU, I do hope that this is a return to form for their movies. Most of their post-Endgame stuff has not really been my jam, but the Marvels looks good, so we'll see. As for my next video, I'll be back in a couple of weeks with a video about Beast Wars Transformers, probably right before the release of Rise of the Beasts. And then I'll follow up with a video on that movie. And if you'd like to give those videos a watch when they come out, subscribe to the channel. There will be more content on old releases like Beast Wars, as well as new stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Be well, and I'll see you again.